Once again, another game was delayed this week, ladies and gentlemen. Evolve, made from Left 4 Dead developers, um, is now not coming out until February 10th, 2015. So, looking at this list of delays, we now have Battlefield Hardline, The Order 1886, The Division, Batman Arkham Knight, Dying Light, Mad Max, and The Witcher 3, which have all been pushed to 2015. So, going by this particular stance, which game do you guys think is going to be next to get delayed? And more importantly, as a deeper question to this, do you think that this delay is a sign that these consoles will rush to retail, and that really at this point we just have to wait until the developers have had enough time to actually make quality games for both systems? You go first, Gary.
Yeah, I stand by my previous statements, and I do believe the consoles were rushed to launch. I think they both should have came out this year. And I mean, whether that would mean we'd see all of these games this year or not, most of them would still probably be next year. But then at least, once you bought the console this year, it would still be a small window until you actually get the good games. And it seems like the reason that a lot of these games are getting pushed back is because the development cycle is longer now for these next gen games, because there's more detail to put in, more features and everything. So yeah, I do believe the consoles were rushed out too early. And I mean, I brought a PS4 in March, and I'm still a heavy PC gamer. I'm still playing loads of PC games because it feels like there's not enough there, on PS4. So yeah, I definitely feel like they're rushed, and I do believe we could see more delays into 2015. And I do also believe that a lot of the games that are currently scheduled for 2015 might just be pushed further, into 2016. So.
And where did I say that the 2016 games were going to go? The same place that The Last Guardian is right now.
No.
Into purgatory. That's where the 2016 games are going to go.
Charles, I had a thought on the matter, but now it's been pushed off till May 30th. Never mind. I'm not even
all of these delays, I agree with Gary that the consoles should have come out later. I've always been of that mindset. But these delays are getting extremely frustrating. I told Rich before, it's highly unlikely to happen because it seems like they're pretty good to go on the game. But if Destiny were to get delayed, I think we would see some type of riot in the streets, and there would be casualties. But it's just frustrating. I don't have any kind of incredibly deep insight on it. It's just really, really annoying to have this all happening with all these titles that were coming out in a fall season that 4 months ago looked incredibly strong, and now not so much.
It's always expected that a game gets delayed. It happens every time. We're always surprised that a big title gets delayed, but it always happens. Every year, something has been delayed. Some big game coming out delayed, 2015, 2016, so on, like you said. And it happens. So as long as Pokemon's getting released on the date suggested, I don't mind. I'll keep it that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm glad you mentioned that, because I do still feel like there's going to be a lot to play this fall, so a lot of these delays don't matter, and it probably would have just created more chaos anyway, for our bank accounts. So there's still lots to play out there. So it's just that next gen specifically, isn't that popping.
It's one of those things where you go from having 5 years to 5 years to 5 years, and then you push it to 8 years. And I'm not disagreeing in the notion that maybe things went on long, or things were released early, but I mean, the previous gen was probably the longest gen we've ever had. So it makes me wonder I don't know. At the end of the day, if taking one more quarter and working on it gets me a better experience, I'm fine with that. Now, if that also means a healthier release stable or window continuously throughout the year, i.e. games in quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, then yeah, I'm fine with that. Because I remember it wasn't really until 2010 that there were these big AAA titles coming out in January. I remember Mass Effect 2 came out in January. I was like, wow, finally something to play that I don't have to wait till like, March or April for. So I'm fine with the delays.
Well,
if that means we're getting more and more things developed for specific generations. I'm not saying ditch last gen or current gen completely, but obviously we still got Assassin's Creed Rogue coming out. But it's and the pre-sequel with Borderlands. They're still making games for these consoles that have been on the market for 8 years, specifically for these consoles. But so Evolve was next gen only. It would have been great to play it, but I'm sure I'll also enjoy playing it in February. So.
Well, I don't know about that. Batman Arkham Knight's coming out, and out of the two, I'm not going to choose Evolve in the slightest.
No, I think Arkham Knight's January. I think that's early. It should be fine.
That's like no. You tell me you're going to play it in a month and then be done with?
I don't know. Depends on how you're enthralled. I'm not a young man anymore. I don't know if I can sit down and play for 12 hours straight, but we can try.
Whoa. To be determined. I have a feeling that a lot of the games that are coming out next year will be getting delayed as well. But if I had to say that there's one game that probably will get delayed that is not official yet, man, I know people are going to come at me to say this, but I gotta say Drive Club. Where I ain't heard nothing about Drive Club since that footage came out from during E3.
Hey, you quiet your blaspheming mouth, sir.
it plays nice. I mean, it drives nice. It's pretty. 30 frames per second, I will take 30 frames if the cars look that great, and they do. It's coming. No way. I think we're gonna get a date at Gamescom.
I hope so, and I hope, and I also heard that at Gamescom we're gonna see more from Quantum Break. All I want is a release date. I don't need to see any more. I'm already sold on the game. But yes,
it's entirely possible that they're being quiet about both of those games and other games like it, so they don't run into the same issues where they get bashed on podcasts for delays. Because Drive Club's already been through that.
The release date announcement has been delayed until 2017.
Yeah, that's good.
This game was coming out 2 years ago. That's crazy.
Well, we'll see. We'll see about that.